Okay, so the last and final thing that I think we should do is add an image to this site, because it's cool so far. We're listing out our favorite movies and we have this navigation, but our about page is a little bit boring. And I think what would really make it awesome is if we had an image of ourselves. And so I also want to touch on how to use images. So if we go back into our code and we go into our config, our project, and our settings.py, we can find that there is a configuration for what is called a static URL. And you can see here static files are CSS, JavaScript, and images. So static files are files that don't change. Like a CSS file or a JavaScript file, once you create it and make updates to it, it doesn't change, it's not dynamic. And this is same with images that we supply. So this is images that we want to post to the site and we want to show on the site. And so to do that, we want to make sure that we have this static URL set. And basically this tells Django, okay, where should I put these static files on your site so you can access them, CSS files, JavaScript files, and images. And it's going to be by default at this static slash. So as long as that is set, we can move on. And the first thing we want to do is actually upload our image. And so to serve these static files, we just upload them into our directory. And by default, Django looks for a static directory inside of an app. So inside of our movies app, right here, we can create a new folder that will be static / the name of the app, movies. And so within here is where we would put our static files. And so you can drag an image in here now of yourself or any image. I'm going to drag an image of myself in here. Beautiful. So hopefully you have this folder created and an image in here. Now we actually want to display it on the About page. And so to do that, there's two things we have to do. We have to load in a Django tag that's called load static. And this lets Django know where in that settings.py file we have this static URL set to. So it will know where on the site to look for static files. And then what we can do is we can create an image tag. And for the source, we can add another Django template tag. This time that's called static. And then here we pass the path to the image. And it's right here. It's under movies, static, movies, me.jpg. And all we have to specify is that final app and the image file. So we could say movies, and then here you would say whatever your file name was. So if you named this my pick, it would be my pick, but mine was just called me. Then we could say about me picture, and we could add a little bit of styling so it's not huge. So we could say style equals width, we'll just make it 100 pixels. Okay. And so now if we go back to our page and refresh this, beautiful. We can see that the image is showing up. Now, one error you might get is that the image might not show up, and all you have to do is restart the server. So if you come back here and click Control-C to stop the server, and then type python manage.py run server again, and go back to your About page and click refresh, you should see your image. Amazing. So now we have an image showing up. We're listing out our favorite movies. We've learned all about the Django templating language and template inheritance, and we have a navigation. And the next section, we're going to focus on databases and models. So that would be like actually storing this favorite movie list and favorite movie items in a database where it can persist. And that's really, really, really powerful. So I look forward to seeing you in the next section.